Welcome all you +2 comedy modifiers back to the stream. Welcome back to the T.E.C. archives. TV's Noah here, smoothie in hand. And we are underway with our investigation of the T.E.C. archives. Now, last time we watched The Nightmare Wanderer. And there are actually some videos in between that do not appear on the website. So we're going to watch those videos as soon as I find my headphones, which I realize I don't have at this moment. Headphones. So there's been some sort of event that has taken place that seems to be affecting pretty much the whole world. And, except for like Australia. And, X is still missing. So, we're going to get into this. This is apparently a re-upload. This is Kayla's Guide to the Infected Planet. Alright, let's find out. Welcome back to my guide. Oh god, hold on. I had the desktop audio way too high. My apologies. For this entry, I'll be covering everything you need to know about our planet. Following its infection 3 years ago, the planet went through numerous changes. Okay. I'm starting to think that these tapes are coming from an alternate reality where something really terrible has happened. Because, I don't remember. Well, 3 years ago might have been COVID. But let's see. One of the main changes was the sudden appearance of the planet known as Mercury's poison, or for short, COVID. Despite the global lockdown, there are still many methods it could use to infect you that you must be aware of. Alright, this actually might be a pandemic parallel here. 1. Hosting. Beware of any open mic comedy nights. Hosting refers to the implant of seeds inside the human host. There are multiple warning signs that you should look out for. One of the main signs is a dark blue discoloration on the surface of your skin. Yeah, that's bad. Like a bruise. This music's intense. The site of the discoloration, will be smooth and hairless. Might also start to swell. I gotta remember I gotta put both headphones on. There's only one way to treat it. Amputation. Yeah, cut it off with a sharp object. How's the sound, Yarn? If you allow the seed to hatch, it will become fatal. To prevent hosting, you should avoid drinking water. Smoothie. For alternate methods of hydration, you should use your hydrator made by Harbor. It will keep you hydrated without the need of water. Alright, so this is all just to sell water bottles. This is a scam. That's good smoothie. Message 2. Farts. The Mercury poison planet has the unique ability to produce a blue gas at will, which can be fatal if it reaches a concentration of more than 80% of the air around you. There is no cure. The only way to protect yourself is to seal all your doors and windows. 3. The Hunters. Another strange ability that the plants possessed is the ability to infect people's minds, effectively turning them into mindless drones called hunters. Once infected, these people are forced to do the plant's biddings. With access to a person, the plant is now able to open doors and use a person's voice to lure others. There are no signs to look out for. Once you are infected, it's already too late. It is not possible to tell if someone has become a hunter. That's interesting wording to me. Because, like, it's been 3 years. To me, that means they've given up on finding a way. Because normally you would say something like, there is no known way to tell if someone has become a hunter. But this, there's, like, such a absolute to it. It's like, yeah, it's impossible. You can't tell. Which leads me to kind of think that there are not hunters. They're just making... This way they can arbitrarily say someone is a hunter. And there's no way to prove that you're not. The plant infects people's minds with an undetectable airborne spores. Scientists have not yet determined how it is possible for the plant to do this, as it processes similar to the cordyceps, despite not being a fungus. This was feeling a little Last of Us, so I like that it mentioned fungus. The plant spores are unaffected by temperature, and the plant seemingly thrives in all of environments, which says to me, we're doomed. The only way to protect yourself from the spores is to pray that they never infect you. These are all the currently known ways that a plant can infect you. This sounds really hopeless. Many techniques to destroy the plant, such as cutting, burning, melting with acid, have been used. None of these techniques have been successful. This is made by the plants, jeez. This concludes the entry to the guide. Thank you for watching, and remember, don't go outside, cover every window and door, and break every mirror. There's something there we got to check out. It's the plant again. Blue plant, purple plant. You know, plants are getting in there. Ha! Yep. I think it was just a noise. I don't think anything actually visually happened. No. That chair. Survive! So hold up. I said planet a few times when I meant plant. The music even sounds a little Last of Us-y. It says 3 years ago. That was the thing I was trying to think. We don't know what year it is in this video, so. Discovered on an old archive website. This is apparently a deleted video from a deleted channel here on YouTube, which was once full of similar videos to this one. The uploader was a woman named Kayla. Also, in case you're unaware, this channel has been renamed to the T.E.C. archive. Spooked! Interesting. Let's go to decode. In. So I'm leaving the old one there. This way it has more information on what to decode. Decrypt automatically. Why don't you remember the infection? It was a worldwide phenomenon in the Lobbies, halls, where mirrors dance. Oh wait. So in this is the old thing they left in there. Why don't you remember the infection? It was a worldwide phenomenon. I wonder if it's speaking to me personally, because I do not remember the infection. But we have no idea when this was, is the problem. Well, put your feet up, gang. Next one's a long one. It's over 15 minutes. This is probably going to be all we do today, so let's go. Was there already a thing? Nah, there's not anything hidden in that. Okay. December 22nd, 1953. I refuse to read that non-American. Blank received a phone call from a woman named Amelia Benedict. She claimed she was having frequent visions of the future. Dr. J. Miller and Dr. A. Collins were sent to her house to find out more about what they were dealing with. The original audio of their meeting was lost and the video was corrupted, but a transcript was created by Dr. J. Miller. The following is the transcript. Alright, I gotta decide on voices for these people. Collins is gonna be gruff, Miller's gonna be calm, and Emily's gonna be a girl voice, and this is the only girl voice I have. Good evening, Miss Benedict. You said that the phone that you have been seeing the future. Can you elaborate? Well, every night I've been having this strange dreams. What kind of strange dreams? At first I thought they were nothing, just normal dreams. But last night I dreamt about a car crash right outside this house. Mr. Jacobs, my neighbor, was one of the drivers. He died in the crash. The next morning, just as it happened in the dream, there was a car crash right outside this house. Well, maybe you just watched it. I also like that you have her first name, but you've blocked out her eyes. Oh yeah, we have no idea who this man is, but if I had to guess, it's Dr. A. Collins. Mr. Jacobs. It's alright, you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. Have you had any other dreams like that? Yeah. Ever since the incident, every single one of my dreams have come true. Each night I have a dream about events that happen the next day. Lottery numbers, please. What about last night? Did you have another dream about the future? Yeah. Well, actually, no. No? Has it not happened yet? I don't know. Last night the dream was different. How was it different? Unlike the others, I wasn't there. Here? In your house? No. On this planet. Where were you? I was in a field. A field with blue grass. The music? In the distance I could see a tree with purple bark and glowing leaves. As I got closer I realized the leaves were not leaves. Instead, there were hundreds of glowing, smoking orbs floating around the tree's branches. Have you seen Avatar? It'll come out in like 60 years. There was someone sitting on the giant tree's roots. Were they someone you recognize? No. What do they look like? He was wearing a dirty brown waistcoat and a torn black tie. There was a golden pocket watch sitting in his pocket. It's the watchmaker. And his eyes. He had no eyes. What do you mean? It's like his eyes were made out of 1,000 tiny stars floating in a dark void. Was the man doing anything? He told me to sit next to him on the root. I did as I was told, and he held it out in his hands, his palms facing up. He wanted me to hold them. He said, "Let me show you. And there are worlds that you must see." Did you hold hands? Yeah, I didn't feel like I had a choice. When I placed my hand in his, suddenly had a vision of a dark blue planet floating among the stars. Then I found myself standing on the surface, another field of blue grass. In the distance was a herd of giant spider-like creatures with pale... Ugh. Alright, so is this perhaps not a distant planet, but rather a planet that has been taken over by this plant? Because she keeps saying blue. And the plant is purple. I'm for hire. If you know any other ARGs out there, I'm for hire. I will gladly voice whoever you want. Was there anything else? Yes. On my left, there was a giant concrete building with T.E.C. written on the side. That's why I called you. I was hoping you could help me figure out why this organization appeared in my dream. Did anything else happen in your dream? No. That's when I woke up. Amelia was escorted out of the faculty. No further investigation. We were like, that's enough then. Shut up. You didn't have lottery numbers. Get out. She stayed for 3 nights. Christmas Eve, one of the first nights Amelia asked to record her dream the next morning. Amelia decided to record her dream in the form of a drawing. She was told the next morning she would be presented with 4 cards and she would have to guess what was on each card. The following is a transcript from session 1. Good morning, Mrs. Benedict. Please have a seat. How are you feeling today? I feel all right. Thanks for asking. Good. Then let's begin. As we stated last night, all you need to do is guess what's on each of the cards in front of you. Let's start with the card to your left and then continue to the right. Begin when you are ready. That one on the left is a cat. The one next to it is the number 7. The third one is a triangle. And the last one. It's okay, take your time. The last one is the letter M. Amelia got every card correct. This is what Emma drew before the session. Christmas Eve, 1953. On the second night, Amelia was once again asked to record her dream the next morning. This time, Amelia decided to write a list. She was told that the next morning she would have to correctly predict the order of 3 flashing lights would light. The following is a transcript from Session 2. Good morning, Miss Benedict. Did you sleep well? Yes, I did. Good to hear. Are you ready to begin? Yes. In front of you are 3 different colored light bulbs with a U. They will light up. Before each bulb lights up, there will be a brief pause. During these pauses, you should predict what the next color will be. Do you understand? Yes. The left bulb is red, the middle one is yellow, the right bulb is green, like a traffic light. Please predict the first color. Red. Green. Red. Red. Yellow. Impressive. Got every color right. Red, green, red, yellow. This is what Amelia wrote before. Christmas Day, 1953. On the third night, Amelia was once again asked to record her dream the next morning. This time, Amelia drew a person. She was told the next morning she would have to describe in detail a scientist sitting in a different room who she had never met before. The following is a transcript from session 3. Good morning, Miss Benedict. Are you ready for your final session? Yes, I am. Good, I think we should get started right away. I screwed up the voices. That mirror is a two-way mirror. Behind it is a scientist named Dr. J. Kindle. You have not met her before your stay in this facility, but I gave away the gender. I would like you to describe her in detail. You could have just said the scientist. Mary. But I don't know what she looks like. If you dreamed about a woman in a lab coat last night, you have seen her before. You should be able to describe her like you were describing the man wearing the waistcoat. I didn't have a dream about a woman in a lab coat last night. No? Huh? Then what did you dream about? A man. The man from your dream 3 nights ago? No. He was wearing a black trench coat and a fedora. His face was shrouded in shadows. How did you know he was a man? I don't know, he said, "Milady." I think it might have to be because he looked like a man from a book I read when I was a child. It was like he manifested him into existence. This is what Amelia drew before the session. What? Drew a fancy crash test dummy. At night, Amelia was escorted back to her house. 6 a.m., day after Christmas, Amelia went missing. Dr. Collins had arrived at her house to check on her, only to find it empty. However, 4 drawings were found scattered around the house. Fancy trash dummy, the pocket watch, scribbles, and a bad spider web. All 4 drawings were taken back to the facility for further analysis. January 19th, a strange phenomenon has appeared beyond the gatehouse, or in the gatehouse, rather. The word beyond did not appear in that sentence. The following is a series of photos taken of the phenomenon. Phenomenon. Do 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 do. Phenomenon. Do 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 do. Phenomenon. Do 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 do. Following the appearance of the phenomenon, a blast destroyed half of the facility. Oh, 23 scientists were killed in the explosion. I'm sorry, I was singing phenomenon. However, in the rubble of the gatehouse, Amelia's unconscious body was found. Amelia was immediately rushed to the hospital. While she was in the hospital, a strange substance was found in her veins. The substance was blue, glowing, and acidic. When in contact with anything to the skin, to concrete, the substance burned through it. The only material resistant to the substance was glass. Even though it was in her... Interesting. Additionally, the rest of her was examined for anything out of the ordinary. Her eyes took all of the doctors by surprise. They had turned completely black, like a shark. March 5th. Amelia woke up from her coma. She could not speak. However, she wrote 3 words on a sheet of paper. The nightmare plane. March 6th. Amelia was sent home from the hospital. Best of luck! She refused to leave her house. Dr. A. Collins frequently visited Amelia to check in on her. On most days he visited, he found her sitting quietly on her bed, staring at the corner of her room. She did not respond to any of his questions because she cannot speak. 24th of October. The visits continued for 2 years with no progress. However, on the 24th of October 1956, Dr. A. Collins noticed her veins started to bulge and glow the same blue color as the substance found inside them. Alright, so this seems like the infection. Additionally, the skin around her eyes started to crack. February 3rd, 1959. During Dr. Collins' visit, Amelia said the first word she said since 1953. Good morning, Miss Benedict. How are you doing today? Still not talking. That's all right. I just need to take a blood sample. This will hurt a bit. I'm going to die in 2 months. What? I saw my own death. When? Last night I thought you could only see events that will happen the next day. No, I saw it 5 years ago. When you disappeared? What happened? I was shown every second of the history in 3 seconds flat. I saw the birth and death of the universe. I saw the rise and fall of every empire. I saw the past and the future. I saw every Marvel movie end. I saw when and how I die. How will you die? Amelia. Following this conversation, Amelia stopped talking again. April 25th. Dr. A. Collins discovered Amelia's body lying on her bed. Her entire face was now dry and cracked. The cause of the death is still unknown, but probably related to the whole thing with her skin being wrong. That one seemed weird. There's a lot of glitches throughout that whole thing that I didn't really double check, but that one in particular seemed odd. Now just a little bit of weird color out of nowhere. Whose arm is this? Who are you? It kept flashing up on the bottom, and I've kind of just been ignoring it because it felt like just kind of flavor. Now I'm worried it's Morse code. Because we get like 3 flashes here. Hard to say. And then there's like tornado sirens in the background. That's weird. This is odd. Her existence entire existence is an anomaly and the gold stopwatch. Why is she so important? I wonder. Why is she mentioned so much? Why? Is he... Is she an angel? Right. Just good to see what other people are thinking about this. Discovered on the old T.E.C. database. So we're not even scanning tapes anymore. We're getting these off of a website. And I don't know who's... I guess this is Ash talking. This is really suspicious, to be honest. There are 2 tapes here, or 2 videos, that don't appear on the website, that were uploaded after X went missing. So we know that this is Ash doing it, and Ash is a person we don't trust. Very sus. Because now all of a sudden it's not coming from the tape, it's coming from some website. Sus. Doesn't really seem to be any records of Emily Benedict besides this tape, not even an obituary. Whoever she once was, she seems to have been wiped from existence. Almost like she doesn't exist in this reality, maybe? It seemed like she somehow... It seemed like she got the poison, but I don't know how close that plant situation and this situation are. Let's go ahead and do this. Amelia was the first to see the truth about everything. Amelia was the first to see the truth about everything. That's not a lot to go on. So again, there was some talk of like a storybook again. Now the man in the hat that we don't know who these shadow people are. That might be the watchmaker or whatever the term is. It's listed down here. Watchmaker? Yeah, watchmaker. But she mentioned it was like from a book, and there's been a few hints of just like not only there being multiple dimensions, but the multiple dimensions being fictional dimensions in our world. Am I in an echo chamber currently? No. At least I don't think so. Is it real echoey, or is things bad? Just nobody mentioned that. Alright, and then next would be Hunter Psychosis tapes. So yeah, like... There's a low hum. It's probably the fan to my computer, I'd imagine. Yeah, we'll get into this video next time. But I just want to check time-wise. So this was uploaded on the 4th. Yeah, ready? I just unplugged the fan. My computer overheats really bad. And then this was uploaded on when? Months ago. Why don't you have the... Okay, October 28th. Okay, yeah, so they just don't appear on the website, but they're definitely in between these 2 posts. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, well, I don't think we have time to do a full analysis on the next video here, but some very interesting things to think about. So I believe that whatever this event is that's happening here might be related to the plant event that we learned about, but I don't believe it existed on our Earth. If it did, then it's been completely erased from our minds, and that's the thing we're dealing with. I don't know, we'll have to find out next time we dive into the T.E.C. archives. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're having a good time, be sure to join me here on Twitch. That's +2 comedy on Twitch, and subscribe to +2 comedy gaming. Catch up on all my past live streams, and I will see you all next time. Boop.